I'm about to unenroll from college. I'm a self-proclaimed genius. You wanna know why I'm a self-proclaimed genius? I know how to use YouTube really well. Not necessarily make videos really well, but like watch YouTube videos really well. I make stuff like kayak stands and boards for all of my fishing lures. That's what makes me a genius. You have to be a genius to come up with stuff like this. Like, I'm operating on genius level, and I feel like a lot of people aren't operating on genius level. So that just makes me better than everybody else. Jokes to start off your morning. Today's video is gonna be sponsored by Monster Bass. I'll tell you a little bit more about Monster Bass when we get to the pond, but it's a really cool subscription box company that they pick out lures based on your region of the country. So your bag in California or Nevada isn't gonna be the same bag as mine here in Alabama. So I think that's really cool that they are able to pick out custom bags for like your region of the world. You might be able to catch a bass on the same stuff, but I mean up north, when it gets cold outside, jerkbait might work down here, but if you're ice fishing, you probably want ice fishing jigs. I'm not sure, I've never gotten a northern monster bass bag, but maybe that could be a video idea. Northern monster bass bag, might need to try that out. But anyway guys, so they hand pick baits for your region of the country, blah 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 blah. I will tell y'all more about that in a second, but back to me being a genius. I have all my fishing lures on the wall, so I'm gonna go do some Texas rigging, I think. So Texas rigging, ooh, or I could do Ned rig fishing. We're not gonna do that, we've done a lot of that here recently. Look, new chigger crawl colors we have up here. Snatched summer crawl, grunge. It rained a little bit this morning. We might need some black and blue. Now that I think about it, I actually have boxes of tackle right here that are actually kind of made to throw in the truck. Let's see what we have in here. Probably need something black and blue. Let's see. Pit Boss. Ooh, a fluke. I haven't thrown a fluke style bait in a while. I need to do that. The generals, and then just some other miscellaneous stuff. Throw it all in the kayak and go hopefully get on some big mouth bass at this pond today. Stay tuned, and I will talk to you when we get to the pond. All right guys, we have made it to the pond. I have the kayak loaded up right here. I probably should bring my rain jacket on the kayak, but I'm probably not, because I checked my radar app. Lens fogging up. I checked my radar app and I think we might be good. It's gonna drizzle, but I don't think it's gonna like rain. I'm gonna rig up my rod real quick. I'm just gonna take one rod. I'm gonna take my terminal box and, well actually I don't even need my terminal box because I'm gonna fish with the monster bass stuff. Let's see what we got. Hopefully my lens will stop fogging up. That would be nice. We have our fancy monster bass bag here. I already did a walkthrough of everything that's in this month's bag. These mosquitoes out here are atrocious. Look, I pulled out the first two things first try. That never happens. So we have some bobber stops that's going to be used today, a tungsten weight, a 3/8 ounce tungsten weight that's going to be clutched today, and also we have the wide gap spear point hook. I'm going to throw this bag in the kayak, but we're going to be pairing all this stuff up with some Berkeley soft plastic. And by Berkeley soft plastics, I mean general. So we have June bug, and we also have green pumpkin party. All right, so I'm going to show y'all how I like to rig this stuff up. Ooh, it's a Ziploc bag. That is so clutch. Thank you, Monster Bass. I hate when people put stuff in like just the regular plastic bag and it's not a Ziploc bag, because when it's a regular plastic bag, you have to, like, it always falls out. You always lose it. But this is just a regular, you don't know, that just made my day saying that. It just made my day. See, that's how you know you're working with good people. Monster Stops. I like that. That's a good name. When you're setting up a Texas rig, the three things that you're gonna need outside of your lure are a weight, bobber stoppers. Well, these are optional. I like using them. You don't have to use them, in some hooks. I've never used this style of hook before. Not an expert with it, but I'm sure it can't be too far from a real hook. Ooh, they also gave me 3 different sizes. I'm just not noticing that. 2/0, 3/0, and 4/0. I think we'll probably start off with a 3/0. I'm a big 3/0 hook guy. To rig up your bobber stops, your monster stops, excuse me, you stick your line through one of the holes at the end of the little wire. You pull your line tight and you make a little U shape with it, and you just slide that onto your line. Boom, now it's on your line. That was the hardest thing for me to figure out for the longest time. I don't know why. And then you slide your little weight on. 3/8 ounce is a pretty good size tungsten. I mean, it might be a little bit heavier than what I'd like to throw for a Texas rig, but it'll get the job done today. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna put your weight on sometimes before you put your bobber stop on or your monster stop, but it is what it is. It happens. Happens to the best of us. That's the 4/0. I'm gonna put that back in there, and that is the 3/0. That's the 2/0. That's the one we don't want. We want the 3. I've never used a hook like this before. This shape is so different. I'm actually most excited to use these hooks today. Boom. There we go. Polymer knot tie. And we use our scissors, aka our teeth, to cut the tag in. I was about to bite the wrong side. Alright, so there's that. Then you slide your bobber stop down. We're gonna hit it with one of those. Boom, 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 boom. I think I did that right. This hook body is a little weird. Boom. And cut. Boom. I hope I did that right. Ooh, that's gonna be good. If a fish bites that, the hook is different. Oh yeah. Dude, this thing could be deadly today. Taking care of business. Oh, come back here, Mr. Kayak. Get over here. Wait. Oh. Okay. Boom. Butt is on the seat. This side. That side. That side. Whoopsie. Did I just break my rod? I hope not, because that would be a real damper on today's video. Oh, almost broke it again. Huh, that rod is tough. It's probably been about a month since I last fished out here. Hopefully that's a good thing. Maybe we gave those fish a break and they're just ready to munch. That was a big splash. Setting the hook sitting down, I don't see how people can like do that. I suck at doing that, dude. I think that was a fish though. It was definitely a fish. I don't understand how people are so good at kayak fishing sitting down. That hook set was so awkward for me. Fish number 2. Oh, there's a tree that's falling right there. Doggone beavers eating up all the trees in here. Oh, that's a fish. Or I guess that's not a fish. I saw a flash and then my line was doing the little dancey thing. There was a bass over there. I don't know if it's still over here or not. It's probably not. I have to guess. Oh, it's still on. What is that? What? Huh. Well, that's fish number 1. This fish looks like it has LED lines around it. What is this? A red breast? Red ear? Whatever it is. It's something with red on it. That might be a... You might be able to attribute this fish catch to those hooks. Honestly. Ow. I just put the hook in my finger. Gosh, dude. That's a pretty fish. Look how pretty. Super red. Blue face. Red fins. Like red accent. It's not the right species. We were going for big mouth bass, but we will take the red breast sunfish. Oh, there's one. Oh, he was on there. That was one. I had one right there. That was just a really weird situation. He ate it the second it hit the water. I really didn't respond in time to set the hook. That was 150% fish. Oh, there's one. Oh my gosh. What? Is it the hook, maybe? It bent my hook out, whatever it is. So I just broke off on one. I was able to stay calm and quiet about that one. I don't know what that is, guys, but this is almost becoming like one of those River Monsters episodes. I'm not gonna blame it on my gear. So I tried to fish a jig over here. I broke off on a jig on this fish that lives in this area right here. Jig, flute worm. I haven't broken off with this. but it's taking my worm twice. I think I just had it hooked last time. I hooked it again just now. And I'm not sure if it's a bass or is it, what else are there? Like a big catfish maybe? But I mean, for it to eat Texas rigs and jigs and stuff like that, I mean, catfish can eat them, but I don't know, whatever it is, it's a big something. Like if it's a bass, it's every bit of 8, 9, I don't know. I don't want to say double digits because I haven't really felt it pull, but I don't know what it could be. Oh gosh, dude, there's a big fish in this pond, and I'm gonna catch it. All right, guys, you missed it. I'm currently maybe hooked up, maybe not. Oh yeah, I'm still on. Just don't know what it is. I just hope I have him hooked good. Yep, there he goes. He's out. What? All that, dude. I thought you were huge. Oh, he went straight into some structure though. This first fish on the Texas rig. We fished about halfway around the pond. Now, how did you do that? Why'd you do that for? Fished halfway around the pond before we finally got our first fish in the kayak, but first fish, it's a decent one. It's not super big. Man, how are we gonna get you on the hook, dude? There it goes. Bass number 1, big mouth number 1. Not super big, dude. I thought this was a big fish. I hate my camera wasn't on. You didn't get a chance to hear how my reel was screaming. I was like, man, this is about to be a 10-pounder on this monster bass stuff. This is gonna be pretty cool. But hey, that is fish number 1 on the monster bass. What do they call this thing again? The peg and the weight and hook that we got in the box. Fish number 1. See you later. See you later, Stinky. Man, dude, I thought that fish was like a 50-pounder, man. Like, no cap, bro. See, maybe if we can't catch a couple with it. Ooh, that's a big fish. Oh, I'm on the phone with my dad, guys. I just hooked into a huge fish. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Boy, that is a big old bass right there. I just caught like a 4 or 5 pounder, Dad. Oh, for real? Guys, I was on the phone with my dad. We were talking about my dog is at the vet. She's fine. And I was on the way in. The truck is right there. I was actually headed back in, just casually casting on the way back in, you know, as you should do. And that's like a 3 or 4 pounder. I don't have a scale with me as normal. I need to start calling my dad more often. Thanks, Father.
Hey, you're welcome.
On the crankbait, you guys. There you go. That's the bigger. There's a bigger bass. It probably wasn't the smartest idea to kayak flip him, but I was just in such shock, and I thought I had him hooked a little bit better. I did. Oh gosh, that is a good fish. I'll take that all day. That's a good 3 or 4 pounder right there. Oh. Not yet.
Okay, I thought I had in my head, I had most of it.
This is a good fish, but it ain't scale big, you know.
Yeah.
It's probably about 3 or 4 pounds.
That's a 3.4. That's 3.4.
You say 3.4?
Yeah.
All right, guys. My dad said it's 3.4. I agree. That's a good. It might be 4.3 because it's not.
Let me see the side of the profile again.
It's not super long. If it was 3 or 4 inches longer, it'd be a for sure 4 pounder. Sheesh. All right, guys, that is a good fish. We're gonna go ahead and head on out of here because it is starting to rain on us heavily. But that is a really good fish. There it goes. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Those foo-foo, I can see the tag. You can bet if I spend in this cause I get it back. I'm 5G, your dollar, I can see the lag. All I ever wanted was to have it all. Got close, never froze, had to risk it all. As a little boy, I wish I was